Jesus is on his way to Jerusalem, where he will be betrayed, arrested, whipped, crucified, and die. And in Luke chapter 19, he's on his way to Jerusalem and he goes through Jericho. And there in Jericho, he stops to minister to a man by the name of Zacchaeus, a story that we're pretty much all familiar with. But there was another man he ministered to as he was leaving Jericho in Mark chapter 10. Now let me read to you Mark 10, verse 46 through 52. Mark 10, beginning verse 46, they came to Jericho, and as he was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a large crowd, Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, a blind beggar, was sitting by the road. And when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out, "Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me." Many warned him to keep quiet, but he was crying out all the more, "Have mercy on me, son of David." And Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." So they called the blind man and said to him, "Have courage, get up, he's calling for you." And he threw off his coat, jumped up, and came to Jesus. And then Jesus answered him, "What do you want me to do for you?" "Rabboni," the blind man said to him, "I want to see." And Jesus said to him, "Go, your faith has saved you." And immediately he could see and began to follow Jesus on the road. Now, Bartimaeus is a blind beggar who called to Jesus. He was seeking the Lord's mercy. And he also called him the Son of David, which means Messiah. And in verse 48, people tried to stop him from crying out, but Bartimaeus persisted in crying out to the Lord. What a testimony that is. And what did he want? He told Jesus, "I want to see." Nothing else. He didn't ask for any of the riches of the world, power, anything else. He said, "I want to see." He never gave up calling to Jesus. And it shows us as well that we need to be persistent in our faith, no matter who tries to tell us to be quiet, no matter who tries to tell us not to believe in him, but be persistent in our faith and never give up believing and seeking him.